People. Que pasa, say what they do. Now the first thing that is popping in the news is the other day. We saw when reputed gangster Mr. DAWG-Paw lost his life. A couple of days later, a couple of hours later, we saw that his cronies, they were parading all over the place with all sorts of rifle, all sorts of M1-16, Rete, Lele, Blue, blah, bling. Now people, based on the information, it is said that the JCF, Joint Military, JDF, they conducted some sort of raid, special operation carried out in St. Andrew. Based on the information, it is said that during one of those operations, they found one of these M1-Rifle, also 4 rounds, 7.62 ammunition. Based on the information, it is said that this operation was basically due to those videos that were parading all over social media, in which we saw DAWG-Paw's crony showing up all of their rifle and parading through the town. Now people, when I first saw these youths parading through their neighborhood, their community, and we saw that they passed some distinctive place, some distinctive looking car, some orange and red car, I said to myself, whichever po works in this era, they are going to recognize that place instantly. They are going to know exactly where to search, and people, so said, so done. These youths basically beat at themselves because the truth and the fact is that these youths, they are not any sorts of gangster. They are just some set of fallabacca. So therefore, monkey see, monkey do. So therefore, the same place that the leader end up, that is where they are going to end up too. Point blank and period. Now people, there's a saying that goes something like this. When planting one DEAD, you know exactly what it does. The higher the monkey climbs is the more that he is exposed. So it seems as if these cronies of DAWG-Paw in the popping era, it seems as if they miss him so bad that they intend to go join him wherever he is at. And people, that is not a very good place because he is now in the afterlife. So it seems as if loyalty is something that is very detrimental to your health, especially when you are following an idiot, especially when you are following somebody that met his demise in a very bad way. Because people, the truth and the fact is that it is not as if DAWG-Paw shouldn't have learned his lesson, because he was out as a gangster, got incarcerated, did a couple of years, came out on an appeal, technicality, got a second or third chance. He was conned up by some alleged ops. The po warned him. He was given several warnings. He claimed as if he changed his life. He is now a new man. He was an inspiration to the youths in the garrison. Say, listen, you can come from a desolate situation and then redeem yourself after coming from the big yard. However, the truth and the fact is that he was also living that double life, as in the lifestyle that most criminals lead whenever them get catch and them claim say them change. So people, I say this to say that these people see the fate that DAWG-Paw experienced. They saw that he was taken out. So people, me just say, they saw it with their own 2 eyes that the ops tried to take with DAWG-Paw before, until the po finally got him in some sort of controversial shootout in some sort of theater with a lady was driving the car. However, she was lucky. She was taken in and she was questioned. I think she was released soon after. People, me not really know. So people, me just say, what is wrong with the minds of these young youths in Jamaica, where they are following all sorts of bad example, the recipe for disaster, failure. However, it seems as if they are so intrigued by this lifestyle. It seems as if they are so much in a trance. It seems as if this gangster lifestyle, it is so contagious. They cannot leave. And people, the truth and the fact is that they cannot leave because they want everything the easy way. They believe all that they saw. They believe that crime pays. It does pay. However, at the end of the day, you are penny wise and pound foolish. So therefore, why gain the world and lose your soul, lose your freedom, lose your health, lose your life? Point blank and period. Now, before I move to the next part of my video, please subscribe to my next channel. It is called Jamaica Dancehall Source, and I'll be pinning the link to that channel in the description of the video. And also, please subscribe to this channel, and when you subscribe, please press the notification bell or icon, and also press all in the option. Now, people, the next thing that is popping in the news, and it is the news that has been buzzing all over social media, in the news and in a real life. I am speaking about that situation as it pertains to that cult leader, Mr. Kevin Smith, that was locked up maybe about a week ago, a week and a day ago to be specific. Now, people, it is said that a major officer in the JDF, Jamaica Defense Force, he is under investigation. What makes this even worse is the fact that this man is a captain in the JDF. Now, people, based on the information, it is said that the JDF, they were conducting their own internal investigation based on some videos and pictures that they saw on that fateful night in which the camp, the Ark, was busted. It is said that in one of those pictures, the captain of the JDF, one of the captains of the JDF, was seen in a picture on the pulpit right behind the leader, the cult leader. It is said that this picture also featured his wife. Now, when these pictures and videos surface, it is said that this captain was placed immediately into a military confinement. That means that him can't go away until this investigation is closed, is done, is kaput. So, people, this is not the first time, this is not the second time that we see powerful people, meaning that top captain in the JCF, Jamaica Constabulary Force. Now, people, in the picture with the PAW officer, the top officer, it was a picture of himself, his wife, and his little son, I think, or daughter, at a christening, maybe about 6 months ago. So, people, when we see stuff like this, and we see that these people are gullible and vulnerable, it is not just isolated to some dunce people. It is not just isolated to some people that are broke. We are speaking about politicians, even Portia, even some top people in the JDF, in the JCF, in a politics, PNP, JLP alike, some powerful persons in a some sort of lodge, in a some sort of Freemason, in a some sort of cult organization. So, people, we see that this thing is deeper than meets the eyes. We see that there's a whole bunch of powerful persons that kept this wheel turning. So, people, how deep is it? Nobody really knows. However, what we do know is that a lot of persons are being exposed, a lot of organizations, a lot of persons that are supposed to be security, keeping Jamaica safe and secure, they are linked up with all sorts of corruption as usual. They are linked up with all sorts of cults as usual. And people, as far as I am concerned, this might be the major or one of the biggest stories that I've seen coming out of Jamaica in the news, in a social media, in a real life. So, people, how deep will it get? Nobody knows. However, we should not be surprised when we see people in a top tier being implicated. Names are called up, picture are fine, video are fine, because, people, we've seen all the signs. Point blank and period. Now, the next thing that is popping in the news is that we see that the Big C broke out in Jamaica, and the government, including the JCF, they are doing everything to basically bring it to a limit, bring it to a minimum. However, people, we saw that persons have been partying, not obeying social distancing, not obeying the Noise Abatement Act, not obeying the Spirit License Act, not obeying any sorts of rules and regulation. It is all about party, as if nothing has changed as it pertains to the Big C. Now, people, over the weekend, it is said that at least 13 persons were arrested at 3 separate parties, one in a Plum Lane off a Red Hills Road, one in a Barbican, and one somewhere else, St. Andrew South, I think that vicinity is. So, people, there's a video that is surfacing all over social media. And it shows a girl having some sort of party. However, the party was disrupted when the Paw-Paw roll up on the scene and start to be a scully. Cuff up everybody, box on everybody, fling everybody in a jeep. People, you know the regular protocol. So people, I am going to let you take a look to the edited version of the video, and then I'll give my piece.
Look, I hear all the police them do. Me look on these. I keep our party and look at them beat up and kick up and do I. Eh? Look at the police do I name Mr. White. Work at Unspear police station. Look at the police brutality, look there. Black and blue that killer. No, we want justice.
My lip here now.
Everything I chop out. Look there.
Now people, this is my take on the whole situation. A lot of times these Paw-Paw, they are not professional, especially when they go into garrison areas in the ghetto. A lot of times these people, they are hard-headed. So therefore, whenever these two heads clash, hard head and serious head, it always comes out to nothing nice. And people, in this case, we see that is the case. So we see them a call up a Paw-Paw name from Unspear Paw-Paw station. He is said to be the main culprit in all of this. However, people, like I've always said, don't start no ish, won't be no ish. So therefore, if these persons were obeying the protocol as it pertains to stand on a yard, no sorts of party, all of this would not happen. However, people, it does not justify the JCF, the JDF, whoever was involved, for basically take the people and cuff them up. They should have just done their job, take these people to the lockup and charge them, make them pay a fee or fine, whatever the case is. However, whenever you put your hand on people, and you basically bust up people eye, and you basically bruise up people, especially when it is a female, it is never good. However, people, the truth and the facts is that we have to be mindful that a lot of these situations, people are beat up these people, telling them all sorts of stuff, telling them to resist arrest, and people, you know exactly what happens when that happens. It is always a recipe for disaster. Point blank and period. So anyways, people, that is my views on the whole thing as it pertains to that. And like me say, it is just my views and opinion. It is not the gospel. Your views and opinion can be respectfully different from mine. But let me know what you think in the comment section. Bless up.